tough day today. Just give us your thoughts on the match.
Yeah, obviously I'm a bit sad. Not a bit, I am sad that I lost, but I just felt like she was playing good today. At some point, I also felt like I could have played better, maybe a little bit more focused, maybe a little bit less mistakes, more aggressive. So, yeah, today is the hard day, but I can take a lot of positives from these 2 weeks for sure. So, we're gonna move on and improve.
Mirra, what are some of those positives that you can take from these 2 weeks that you just mentioned?
Well, I felt like my level's been rising since the first match that I played here. So I also feel like I've been more aggressive throughout these weeks. I try to be more aggressive. Obviously, sometimes it didn't work, but I've been trying to to take the initiative on the court, to be aggressive, and my I think game at the net improved as well. So yeah, a lot of things that I can learn from, and I hope I will.
Molly?
Mirra, bad luck today. You said today is one of the bad days. I guess I wonder, what's your process, especially maybe after a Grand Slam loss? What makes you get out of that space? What makes you feel better again? How do you have something in particular that you go to in moments like these that kind of help you to see the positives and move on from it?
Well, the first thing I do is I just talk to Conchita. We talk about the match, about how I felt, what she thinks, what I think. But then first thing I do is I try not to think about tennis and not do anything connected to tennis for a couple of days at least, and then it's just with days it's just easier to kind of move on and forget. And then when you step on a practice court, you just know that, well, there is no point to think about the loss. You just step on a tennis court and you try to practice and improve your game.
Liam?
Hi Mirra, you mentioned before your notebook with the quotes from legends of different sports to motivate you on court. Do you also have a section in there talking about quotes that help you go through losses?
Actually, that's a good point. I don't have that. Maybe I should try and experiment with that. Maybe see if it will help. But no, I only had quotes to kind of motivate myself on court.
There's been some talk here that Russian players doing quite well. Do you think it's time maybe to drop the whole not showing the nationality, or we seem to have moved on from the war in Ukraine?
Well, when I play tennis, and I think all of us tennis players, when we play, we don't really think about what's going on. We just try to focus how to improve our game and how to win a match. So, for me, I just try to think about tennis and just try to, live my life and enjoy my life overall.
Joe?
Hi Mirra, how do you feel like your relationship has changed with the British crowd? You've been put on to kind of the show courts in the last few matches. How would you describe your relationship and how it's changed from maybe the start of the week, where fans might not have necessarily known who you are, to now kind of getting all that kind of adulation and applause from the crowd?
Yeah, obviously this gives me more confidence and also more positives as well, because I've started my first match playing on court number 3, which, in the beginning of the tournament, I just told Conchita that I would really like to play on that court, because that was the court when my first year playing here, I think I won against Potapova in the 3rd round, and I advanced to the 4th round. So I had great memories from that court, and playing my first match on court 3, and then all the rest of the matches I played court 1 and center court. That's a pretty big upgrade. So I'm just happy that I got the chance to play on those big courts, because I've never played on them before. So I just hope that next year maybe I will have more matches playing on bigger courts.
Aki?
Bad luck. So you hit many slice shots from with your forehand. Maybe not only today's match, also previous matches. But specifically today's case, it's you hit with more like a tactical reason, or more like you are forced to hit slices?
Well, sometimes I feel like maybe it's good to change the rhythm a little bit on the court. Sometimes I use it as a defense. Sometimes I just feel like on grass the ball stays low, and with the slice it's hard to kind of give good shape and put it uncomfortable for the opponent. So there are different reasons. Sometimes, yeah, I use it just to break the rhythm a little bit, but most of the times, if I feel like I want to use the shot, I just use it.
Matt?
Well done, Mirra. When the sort of pain of today fades a little bit, what do you think your memories of these last 2 weeks will be?
Well, the atmosphere that I've experienced being here is great. I love playing in London, and I feel like this slam is one of the most traditional slams with all the royalty coming with white outfits. I don't know how many kilos of strawberries I've ate already, so I will remember a lot from this tournament, especially also making a poster supporting Conchita. And also I will remember these tie breaks. So I guess maybe the first thing that I'm gonna practice is just I'm gonna play, I don't know, 1,000 tie breaks, and unless I win one, I'm not gonna be happy. So there are a lot of great things to remember from this tournament.
Mirra, I was wondering, because you improved so much your serve and your game, and also your touch and your volley, why, when one thing is not working on a certain moment, you get frustrated for a little bit too long time?
Yeah, well, I feel like when I'm on the court and obviously something that it's not working and doesn't go my way, of course I get frustrated, but because I want everything to be perfect, obviously, but we all know that perfect doesn't exist, especially on a tennis court. So, before I used to struggle a lot with this, not kind of forgiving myself for, I don't know, making a mistake, or, just putting the wrong shot in the court and after, lose a point. But now I feel like it's getting better. I feel like maybe it can bother me for, I don't know, 1-2 points, but then even now I feel like I know how to get through it and how to prepare myself to play again 100% for the next point.
Hi Mirra, you just talked about practicing tie breaks, but I was just wondering what other lessons you have taken from the tournament in terms of advancing your game in the future.
Well, I can say that I feel like when I'm trying to be more aggressive on the court, I feel like I get, I win more points, obviously. So I think that, for example, today maybe sometimes I was a little bit too passive and, didn't really use my opportunities and my chances. So, I'm just going to try to, the next practice I have from the beginning, I'm going to try to focus on, practicing on being aggressive, trying to step into the court when I play points, to maybe play even more volleys, to also get better at that, keep improving my serve, keep improving my returns. So there are plenty of things that I think Conchita has in mind, and we're going to talk about it, we're going to share our thoughts, and we're going to go from there.